What's up, YouTube? Happy Good Friday. Hope you're all doing great. Today we've got some cool stuff for you. What happened this week? What was going on? Well, first off, the coolest thing I think, first, happy birthday to GoldenEye. Great game. The other thing in awesome was 10,000 subscribers. That's right, DrewTalks community, 10,000 subscribers. Thank you. I couldn't do it without all of you. Appreciate you. Keep on watching. Keep on clicking that like button. Keep sharing the videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. More and more to come. Also, 2 million views as well. So 10,000 subscribers and 2 million views. Never thought this day would happen, but here we are. And you know what? I was thinking, let's do some more. So here we go. All right, first thing, that really big thing happened was Super Nintendo had the official featured trailer. It showed off some of the features that were going to be on the SNES. And it also was kind of the precursor to all the pre-sales. We had Walmart, Best Buy, GameStop, a couple others, and everything sold out really fast. A lot of people on the forums and people I communicate with were not able to get some. Others were lucky enough to get some, but there was an overwhelming demand, way more demand than there was pre-sale. So we're seeing just an identical thing to what happened with the NES Classic Mini. And I mean, that's just how they do it. Same thing what Apple does with their iPhone. They produce an artificial shortage. And it pisses people like me off for sure. Toys R Us, though, out of all these big companies, Nintendo aside, Nintendo's still on the hook. We don't like Nintendo right now. I agree. Toys R Us, though, as far as the retailers and the people behind all this, tweeted out that the SNES Mini will be available in our stores on 9/29. There will be no pre-orders for this item. So to me, that's like Toys R Us took the high road. They knew what was going to happen. They're like, we're not going to participate in it. And to me, that's good PR. That's good buzz. It's good on Toys R Us. So, you know, there was a winner out of all of this as far as the retailers. Where everyone else, Walmart really messed up because they canceled everyone else's orders. I've heard Best Buy, some orders were canceled as well. So just a lot of drama, a lot of like, that hurts. Like, that's really bad. You know, that's how you lose customers for life, is things like that. So if you got your pre-order, good for you. If you didn't, I'm sorry. It sucks. Nintendo can suck sometimes. Next thing, which was really popular, was you know, because we saw on the trailer that there would be a rewind function. And I told you on my video that I did on this that that already exists in RetroArch. RetroArch being the front end that runs most of the SNES emulators. So whether you're on a Raspberry Pi or PC emulation, the rewind function for your SNES games already exists and has existed for a long time. As long as you have a newer version of RetroPie, RetroArch, it's on the newer versions. If you have an older one, you might need to update. That being said, ETA Prime and Mad Little Pixel both did a video on it. It's fairly simple. You just need to enter RetroArch when you're in the emulator. It's usually like select an X or start an X, whatever the hotkey is. You enable rewind, you set a hotkey to it, and now you press that button on the corresponding one that you've set on your controller, and it now works and you can rewind. So if you die, you can rewind. If you do something incorrect, you can rewind. Now this is separate from saving and loading your states. I've been doing a link to walk through where I go through all the whole game. I've gotten pretty far. You'll see some videos on that coming up very shortly, but I've been saving the state, and that's when I save a state. You have 10 slots. You can save and load a state whenever you want. So just like Rewind, it's similar to save and load a state, but you can rewind the actual game. Two different functionalities, but they do similar things in that it allows you to go back in time or load up a previous game. Save state being a little better because if you were to shut down the system, you can still load your state later. Okay, so hope that you enjoyed that. That's really cool. If you didn't know about that functionality, now you know. If you need a complete walkthrough, check out ETA Prime or Mad Little Pixels video on how to do that. I didn't want to make a third video of the same thing that's already been done. Other things in awesome this week. I'm doing the show that has no name, but we interview cool people. There'll be an episode released tomorrow with Level 1 Online. He's been doing some images and things like that. And he came on the show, so cool to interview him, learn about him and what he's all about and what he's doing. I also did Dwayne Hurst, which is already up. And this is kind of a big deal for those people that aren't really into RetroPie, things like that. He is the reason for a lot of your front-end systems. The RetroPie people as a whole, there's them, but then they have like big community contributors. And I would say Dwayne Hurst is one of those big contributors. They're not throwing tons of money, but they're throwing tons of time at the project. And it's because of people like him that make RetroArch and RetroPie and these images so amazing and they look so great. And why so many people are buying these Raspberry Pis so quickly is to put these visuals on their Pi, these front ends. So really cool interview there. And I have David Marty coming on the show. I'm going to be recording that episode after I'm recording this, but we're all scheduled and lined up to do that. So David Marty, who does more of the programming, and he's one of the big brains behind HyperPie and Motion Blue version 5. It's pretty much his baby, Motion Blue. HyperPie, I'm not exactly sure. I think it's a couple of people on that team. But, he's a big player in all of that. And so it's really great to get the people that are contributing their time and making all this stuff and, going into their brain and getting an understanding of what they're bringing to the table and what their thoughts are and their history. So it's a wealth of knowledge. And if you've missed that, I highly recommend you check that out. It's really cool stuff. And I have an enjoyment of interviewing them. They're really interesting people. Next thing is my Patreon. I am doing giveaways for my Patreon to try to get some support there. If you could, I would really appreciate it. What I'm doing is for every dollar that you donate, you enter in to win a case. So what we're doing this month, and this has been going on all month, so you only have a couple more days to do this, but this Retro Amiga case for a Pi 3 will be raffled off. For how it works is, so if you donate $5, you get 5 entries. If you donate 1, you get 1. Right now we have only 6 entries. So your odds are very good of winning this case. The following month, we're going to give away another case. We're going to give away this case right here without the Pi in it, but it has a battery built in. This is the 5-in-1 case. It comes with a fan. All you need is a Pi 3. It'll fit right in there, and it's ready to rock and roll. It comes with I think it's 3800 mAh battery in there. So it's a little portable Pi station. I'll be raffling that off next month. And then the third month, just by doing Patreon, you enter each month. Then the third month, we'll be giving away this Commodore 64 Pi Zero case for Raspberry Pi Zero, whether it be W or the non-W Pi Zero. So we got some cool prizes. Not only that, but you'll get all the same benefits you get in the Patreon. You'll get Q&A, things of that sort. So give that a little look out. There'll be links in the description for that. All right, what else happened this week? So kind of the big thing that's in the news is the Conor McGregor versus Mayweather fight. And I'm not super into this stuff, but it's still kind of the fight of the century. You got two really big sportsmen guys, very athletic guys going at it, mano. And McGregor being he's a strong athlete. So he's an underdog, but he's the type of guy who if you were to bet on an underdog, you might want to bet on him. A lot of people say it's it's the heart, right? Maybe not. Maybe it's natural talent. I don't know. Either way, Mayweather to me has the 1,000-hour rule, which is if you do 1,000 hours at one thing, you become an expert. And so I think Mayweather, for that reason, is probably going to win. There's nothing that McGregor could do to outdo that 1,000+ hours, all that time in the ring, and he knows all the rules and how to win the fight from a point standpoint. Now McGregor could knock him out. Who knows? I'm not saying what exactly is going to happen. I don't know what exactly is going to happen. What I do know, though, is it's getting a lot of press and a lot of people are really interested. And supposedly it's 100-to-1 odds. So if you were to bet on McGregor and McGregor wins and you bet $100, it's 100-to-1 odds. So you would win a ton of money. So some people are just betting, very little bit of money on McGregor anyways, just because if he was to win, you'd get paid out pretty nicely. So maybe something to bet on. What do you guys think? Comment below, who do you think is going to win the fight, and are you going to bet or not? The seat cost. So people were saying it was like $50,000 for a seat. Maybe it is. I found out like the most expensive seat I saw was, yeah, about $12,000. So there's the ring, and then as you go at 6,000. If you want to sit all the way on some of the outer edges, the cheapest seat is like 1,000 or $1,200. But think about this: if you brought your significant other, right? You're gonna bring a friend or a significant other. Between the two of you to get within the first 5 rows of the ring, this is how much it's gonna cost you. Let's just check this out. $54,000. You could buy a nice car for that. Oh, wow. 54,000 money. For $54,461. Blows my mind. But even if you wanted to like, can we go back here? Okay. Even if you wanted to like sit in the back here for 1.5, again, you could buy a used car for how much these seats are going to cost you, $3,600. Wow. That's crazy. And the last thing was the big jackpot winner. There was a 53-year-old Mavis Wonksink. I probably said that wrong. The newly minted winner on Wednesday night, 758.7 million Powerball jackpot driving. Life is about to get crazy, and that might be putting it mildly. She's getting ready. She's going to be hit up by investment opportunities, charity requests, even people who know are going to come to her, said Jason Coolin, an attorney, a law firm in East Meadow, New York. She has an insane amount of money now. Yeah. The odds of matching all 6 numbers is 1 in 292 million. Can you imagine how lucky you are? This marks the largest win on a single ticket in U.S. history. Wow. Almost 10 million additional tickets won prizes totaling more than 135 million. Although Massachusetts law requires lottery winnings to be made public, some recipients in the past have created a trust, and a trustee accept the winnings to protect their, so they're more anonymous. By choosing to come forward so quickly, the state allows lottery winners the full year to claim their winnings. Has already made what money experts would call a mistake by not protecting her identity. Said that the best thing she could do at this point is immediately hire an attorney who could shield her from as much as possible from the onslaught of attention she's in the money seekers. Her life will be much easier if she can hide behind someone else, so to speak, when she gets all these calls and questions. There's also a few other things you need to do, he said. For one, because she chose 408, so she did get the lump sum instead of 30 payments over 29 years. She should start alert a financial institution that it's about to get a deposit of hundreds of millions of dollars. An estimated 120 million will go to Uncle Sam, and 24 million to Massachusetts state coffers, according to the USMega.com, before she gets her 336. She also needs to set up a team of professionals, which will include a financial advisor, get that all set up. She now is one of the world's wealthiest people, and she has to start acting like it. Wow. We were talking about this in my stream the other day. I mean, I guess, the odds were, the odds are so unlikely I never start thinking about this, but like it's happening to me right now. Like by thinking about $336 million in my bank account, it gives me shivers. Like, how awesome would that be? I don't even know where I would start. Buy a couple houses, buy a couple of, nice gaming computers, some nice cameras, some drones, some nice cars, maybe a Lambo. Start traveling. Dang. It's so nice to dream, right? To dream. All right, guys, thanks for stopping by for the Friday recap. I hope that was interesting to you. If you have any questions, comment below. Let me know what you think about the fight that's going to happen. I think tomorrow is when it airs. Let me know what you think about the $1 million winner or almost $1 billion winner. Let me know what you think about the SNES Classic, what's going on there. Anything else? Write it down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.